before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and give this video a like, because what you're about to hear will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about South Africa's politics. In a country where truth is often buried under layers of power and secrecy, this story stands out. The mysterious death of Ambassador Nathi Mthethwa, and the shocking evidence that has now come to light. When news first broke of the former minister's sudden passing, the nation was left in disbelief. Nathi Mthethwa was not just a name. He was a political heavyweight, a man who had once walked the corridors of power, and someone who had served at the highest levels of government. His transition from cabinet minister to ambassador had been seen as a dignified move, a quieter chapter in a long and often controversial career. But his death, under strange and confusing circumstances, has now opened a storm of suspicion that refuses to die down. At first, the official story seemed simple. Mthethwa had reportedly died of natural causes while abroad on official duty. Statements from his office were short and carefully worded. They spoke of illness, of exhaustion, and of a tragic end to a life of service. Yet, almost immediately, those close to him began to sense that something was wrong. Accounts of his final hours were inconsistent. Details about his condition before his death kept changing. And in the background, rumors started swirling, whispers that there was more to his passing than anyone was willing to admit. Then came the leaks. Surveillance footage from a hotel where he spent his final night began circulating among journalists and investigators. In those clips, Mthethwa appeared healthy and composed, even smiling as he interacted with several individuals believed to be part of a diplomatic business delegation. That was the last time he was seen alive. Hours later, he was found unresponsive in his room. The initial report said heart failure, but when forensic specialists looked deeper, traces of an unknown substance were found in his system, compounds that did not align with natural cause of death. And that was when the whispers of poisoning began. To understand the weight of this discovery, we have to look back at who Nathi Mthethwa was and the complicated legacy he carried. As a long-serving ANC member and former Minister of Police, he was both influential and controversial. Many remember his role during the Marikana massacre, one of the most painful events in modern South African history. Later, as Minister of Arts and Culture, he faced accusations of favoritism and misuse of public funds. But despite the criticism, Mthethwa remained a powerful figure within the ruling party, respected for his loyalty and political experience. In recent years, however, he had started to distance himself from internal party conflicts. As an ambassador, he was reportedly focused on rebuilding diplomatic ties and improving South Africa's image abroad. Yet, behind that calm exterior, something deeper was happening. Sources close to him say that in the months before his death, Mthethwa had been working on a confidential report, one that allegedly contained sensitive information about irregularities in overseas contracts, inflated procurement deals, and possible corruption within diplomatic circles. He was said to be preparing to hand that report over to senior officials back home. What happened next has raised eyebrows everywhere. Several of the individuals who met with Mthethwa in that hotel lobby reportedly left the country within hours of his death. Two of them are now under quiet investigation, with one linked to a private company that once benefited from government contracts during Mthethwa's ministerial tenure. Whether these individuals had any role in what happened remains unclear, but their sudden disappearance adds to the growing unease surrounding the case. Some of Mthethwa's final text messages, retrieved from his phone by investigators, make cryptic references to files, proof, and unfinished business. Those who knew him say he had grown unusually cautious, even paranoid, in the days before he died. He told a close associate that he felt watched and followed, though few took him seriously at the time. Now, those words echo like a warning, one that may hold the key to understanding his final hours. The government has since confirmed that a secondary inquiry is underway, led by a special investigative team, but details remain tightly controlled. Diplomats stationed in the same country have been instructed to remain silent, while the Department of International Relations has released only minimal updates. That secrecy has only fueled speculation. And with every passing week, more people are beginning to believe that Mthethwa's death was no coincidence. Political analysts say the implications of this case could be explosive. If the evidence confirms that Mthethwa was poisoned, it could expose a dangerous network of corruption and betrayal within South Africa's diplomatic and political ranks. It would also show just how far some might go to silence a man who knew too much. On the other hand, if no foul play is proven, the lingering doubts will still damage public trust in government transparency. Either way, the truth, when it finally comes out, will change how South Africans see their leaders. For the family and those closest to Mthethwa, this wait for answers has been unbearable. They've called for honesty, for clarity, for closure. They want to know what really happened to a man who, despite his past controversies, spent decades in public service. Was he simply a victim of failing health, or was his death part of something far more sinister? Something designed to erase whatever truth he was about to reveal? Whatever the case, South Africa is once again reminded that power and secrecy often walk hand in hand. Nathi Mthethwa's story is no longer just about a single man. It's about the dangerous intersection between loyalty, ambition, and truth. It's a story that reveals how easily information can be buried and how fragile justice becomes when politics interferes with the facts. As the investigation deepens, new witnesses are expected to come forward. The leaked footage is now being verified by forensic experts, and international authorities have reportedly offered assistance. The truth may take time to emerge, but one thing is certain: the nation will not rest until it does. For many, Mthethwa's death has become a symbol of unanswered questions that demand resolution. So, what do you think? Was Ambassador Nathi Mthethwa's death really a natural tragedy, or was it something more? Was he silenced because he knew too much, or was he simply caught in the crossfire of political paranoia? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And if you want to stay updated as this story unfolds, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Because here at Mzansi Lens, we dig deep, we ask the tough questions, and we shine light on the truths that others try to hide. In South Africa, truth never dies. It just waits to be uncovered.